After my last few videos, I got a bunch of questions asking how my recovery was after my jaw surgery, so here's a video of everything you need to know if you're going through something similar. First, right after surgery, I remember going to the hospital around 6 or 7 in the morning, then getting out by midday. Well, I actually don't remember anything right after surgery, but I did have a friend who picked me up and took so many photos and videos of me being so high off my tits because they put me on opioid painkiller right after surgery, so I was completely worry-free and so happy. I'm actually pretty sure I scared some people on my way back because I couldn't stop talking and blabbing to people in the elevator, and as you can imagine, I had a bunch of posts and splints in my mouth, and I also had blood coming out of my nose, and I just couldn't stop talking to my neighbors about I had a jaw surgery. So I would say make sure somebody's picking you up after surgery because you're gonna be a bit high from the painkillers and anesthesia. The first 24 hours after surgery also wasn't really bad. I had a girlfriend over for 2 days whose full-time job was to make sure I was taking my meds on time. There's a gazillion meds you need to be on right after jaw surgery, I'll tell you that. And she had so many alarms on her phone, and her entire job was just to literally make sure I was taking them on time. After the initial painkiller wore off though, things became a bit uncomfortable because for me, that's when I started feeling all the posts and splints they put in my mouth, as well as some plates. Literally, I was like touching this part and I could feel the titanium plates they put in because it was obviously really close to the surface. Freaked me out. Wasn't painful, just a bit freaky. Another really uncomfortable part was having to sleep on an orthopedic pillow. I had to get these wedge pillows from Amazon because you're supposed to sleep upright after surgery. But the same reason I can't always fall asleep on a plane, like I couldn't sleep while sitting reliably. So some nights I would just wander off to my couch, watch TV, and fall asleep on my couch. Yeah, that was a bit annoying, not gonna lie. But again, not really pain, just inconvenience. Another daily struggle was waking up to a different face every single morning because of the swelling, the unswelling, if that's even a word. But every single morning, I felt like I looked different, and it could be a bit surprising, especially the first few days. My face was like a puffer fish, my friend. Let's now talk about liquid diet, which in my opinion was the single hardest part about recovery. I had to be on liquid diet for 8 weeks post-op, which was so hard. I can't imagine going through that again in my life. I would say I was already being smart about it. I was having lots of different smoothies, made sure I pick up broth and chicken soup from grocery stores. You can get those really easily. And I did not touch any baby food because I don't like how they taste. I don't want to be eating baby food, and I didn't. Towards the end, I also started going to Panera for my favorite soup, which is their broccoli cheddar soup. I highly recommend them. I think it was a revolutionary moment when I realized I could also eat Panera. If you're about to have jaw surgery though, I would advise you to eat a lot, especially crunchy, fried food, hard food, because you're gonna have to say goodbye to them for a while. So yeah, overall, it wasn't super difficult. It was just really inconvenient and lots of mental and physical adjustments. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section or DM me. Happy to answer anything.